Hey everybody, Mark Dyer here. Today we are going to go over a standing-based hip mobility. We're also going to do another video on ground-based mobility, so feel free to take each of these videos and days and mix it up. That way we're getting hip mobility in all different planes, direction, and movements. So the first movement we're going to start in the hip mobility standing sequence is a standing hip rotation. So the start of this position is a single leg RDL. We're all familiar with this one. It's in our warm-ups. We hinge at the hips, drive the heel back, chest stays forward. So this is a single leg RDL position. From here, we're going to focus on the hips rotating over the femur. So we're in this single leg RDL position. Now our shoulders and hips are going to move together as a unit as we open up and rotate to the side. This really challenges the single leg balance and really gets that hip to rotate over the femur. Hold that for 5 seconds. Try to go back to plane and then rotate back. This is again a really good challenging single leg movement that's going to get that challenge of mobility in the hip as well as balance in the single leg. So again, I like to do 5 to 8 each side and about 3 to 5 second holds on each of those rotations, slow and controlled back. Now again, if you have to dab the foot as you rotate, it's okay. That's why we're challenging our mobility, we're challenging our balance in that one. So that's going to be the first one, the standing hip rotation. Right? After the standing hip rotation, we're going to go same kind of movement. Hips are going to be rotating over the femur, but we're going to be in standing position. So for this one, this is going to be our trailing leg, this is going to be our leading leg. We take our leading leg, we're going to rotate this hip of the leading leg across, fully balance on this leg, these toes stay forward, and then you're going to drive out, kick, leg is straight, try to keep your upper body as tall as possible here, and hold this leg out straight for 5 seconds. You're going to feel a really good pinch right in the hips, and then bring it back across, up, hold, pinch, right? And then you're going to switch to the sides. So again, you can alternate 1 rep each side, or you can just do 5 reps one side, 5 reps the other side. Same thing, 5 to 8 reps each side, about a 3 to 5 second hold on that kick out, right? Really challenging that single leg stability and that hip mobility in there. Our last one, you're going to take, if you have a big hurdle, that's awesome. If you don't, you can use a chair, a couch, a bench, something that's at least as high as your hips, because you want it to be about level with your hips to really challenge that mobility. So what we're going to do here is forward and back hip rotations. Again, this is one we see a lot in our warm-ups here, and we just want to keep challenging that movement. So again, the biggest thing here is the tall posture. Right? We always want to focus on a strong, tall posture. So we're going to start by driving the knee. Remember, we want a 90-degree angle at the knee and the toes for this movement. So we're going to start 90-degree angle. We're going to drive that knee as far as we can back, squeeze in the cheeks. You should feel a nice stretch right here in your hip flexor. Then you're going to bring it out to the side, clearing the hurdle, back over. Keep it in this position right here. Draw the ankle up, over the hurdle, and back. All right, and then you can just go through this sequence. And at first to start, you can just try getting over that hurdle. And the more you want to challenge that mobility and stability in the movement, you can add holds. So 5 second hold right here, 5 second hold right here, and keep going over it, right? So challenging that mobility. Again, this is one I add a little more reps to. So I like to do 8 to 10 full circles back and forth. So 1 forward, right? So if I do 1 forward and 1 back, that is 1 complete rep. I'm doing 10 reps of that. You should feel some really good burning and cramping in those hips. That means we're stressing that tissue and getting that mobility to work. So that is our standing-based hip mobility. And be sure to check out the ground-based hip mobility video to keep challenging that movement in the hips.